Hey, what is going on, Nav Nation? Welcome back to another video. Today, guys, what I want to do is give you an expectation of what I am anticipating for new Pokemon products throughout the remainder of 2021 and moving on into 2022, both when it comes to the new products coming out for new sets as well as the subsequent waves and when we may be anticipating those, again, for new sets as well as older sets that we haven't finished off those waves yet. And the core of this conversation, really what spurred this conversation, was members of PokéRealm reaching out to me and saying, hey, PokéNav, hey man, why the heck don't you guys have Pokemon products on the website? And I think after you guys watch this video here today, you'll get a better understanding of really, one, why we're in a dry spell right now and how Pokemon releases products and how they're doing this in this day and age. So let's go ahead and back up real quick. And for those of you out there that aren't familiar with how Pokemon releases products, let me go ahead and explain that. So in the past, when you put in your numbers to your distributor, to your suppliers, you typically got those numbers, right? But in today's day and age, with the low supply, with the shortage of products, Pokemon has now employed a new tactic for getting those allocations to resellers and to stores. And when I talk about allocations, this is the amount of products that they're actually going to give you. Now, a lot of that is determined by your previous 6 months, your previous 12 months of spend as a reseller, as a store. So let's just make the math easy here. And let's say that you put in for 1,000 boxes, but the distributors only allocate you 100 boxes, right? So you know that you're going to get 100 booster boxes of that particular Pokemon set. Now, it would be nice if you got all of those 100 boxes right up front, but unfortunately, that is not the case. What they do then is they break that up among 3 subsequent waves. So on the first or the initial release, let's say that you get 50 of your boxes on that first release. Again, there's no rhyme or reason why, how much you get in one and how much you get in the other. They just determine that for you. So let's say that you get 50 of those 100 boxes in the first wave, and then let's say they break up the remaining 50 boxes into the second wave of 25 and then the third wave of 25. And so in the end, you're getting your full 100 boxes, but it's broken up among 3 various waves. And again, this is how Pokemon does things nowadays in this wave system, and that's why you see these products start to trickle out over the course of time. Now, one thing that I want to mention here is that on top of the wave system, Pokemon does not make it publicly, or they do not publicly announce when those subsequent waves are actually going to happen. So we as the reseller, you guys as the store owners out there, the only time that you really know that that wave is actually being released is when you're getting your tracking number that shipment is coming to you. And beyond that, we really don't have any indication of when those subsequent waves are going to happen. That being said, based upon the data and based upon the timelines that we have witnessed in the past, I have come up with a tentative time frame of when we usually expect those subsequent waves to happen. And I'll tell you guys right now, from what we've seen in the past, usually the time frame in between initial release and subsequent waves is about 3 months. So from the initial release to the second wave is about 3 months. From the second wave to the third wave is about 3 months as well. So with all of that being said, now that you guys have a little bit of a background on how Pokemon does this, and it also gives you an idea of why we're kind of going through a dry spell right now, let's go ahead and jump into what I anticipate happening over the course of the remainder of 2021 and as we move into 2022, to give you guys an idea of what you can anticipate for older sets and waves that are set to happen and new releases and when those subsequent waves might occur. So let's go ahead and start off first with battle styles. So the first wave of battle styles that happened back in March. I believe the date was like March 13th or something like that for the initial release of battle styles. We then got the second wave in June. So that fits that time frame perfectly of about 3 months that we see those subsequent waves. Now the third wave, if you guys are keeping up with the math here, the third wave was actually supposed to happen in September, but we actually got an announcement that that was moved to October. So it was slated to happen in September, but it has been moved to October. And this is one of the few times that we've actually gotten an indication or an announcement either from Pokemon or the distributors that the wave has actually been set for a particular time frame. Now again, we don't know when that's actually going to happen in October, but we know that it's going to happen sometime during that month. So the third wave of battle styles we now know is going to happen in October. Now, what else is going to happen in October? You guys know we got a new set, very highly anticipated set coming out in October as well. That is Celebrations. So the initial release of Celebrations, that is going to happen on October 8th. Now we will have subsequent releases of other products that are a part of Celebrations, and that is going to be on October 22nd and October 30th. So somewhere in there, somewhere in that time frame, Battle Styles, the third and final wave of Battle Styles is going to happen during October. And for those of you out there, if you guys want to maybe skip ahead to the end of this video, I'm going to give you guys a summary and a breakdown of every single month and what I anticipate happening and releasing during every month throughout the remainder of 2021, as well as that first and slightly second quarter of 2022. All right. Now that we've discussed Celebrations, let's move to Chilling Reign. So the initial release of Chilling Reign, that happened back in June. Now, if that time frame actually is on point, then the second wave of Chilling Reign should actually be anticipated this month in September. And this is my hypothesis. This may be why Battle Styles was moved from September to October to make way for that second wave of Chilling Reign. Now we're only through halfway of September at this point as of the drop of this video, so we still have time for Chilling Reign to drop sometime this month. So that is just my hypothesis, that is just my speculation that we will possibly see the second wave of Chilling Reign happen this month in September, and if the time frame holds up, then the third wave may be in December. So that would happen at the end of the year and could be the only thing that we actually see in the month of December is that third wave of Chilling Reign. All right, let's move on to Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies is fresh in everyone's memory. It was just released back in August. If that time frame holds true, second wave of Evolving Skies would happen in November. You guys might have some light bulbs going off in your head. Hey, what else is happening in November? Well, that's Fusion Strike. Then if it holds true, then the third wave would actually happen in February, so the beginning of the year of 2022. All right. Now that we've already mentioned it, let's move on to Fusion Strike here. First wave, November 12th. That is the initial release of Fusion Strike, slated for November 12th. If things hold true, second wave would be in February, and the third and final wave would be in May of 2022. Now, I know that was a ton of information, guys, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you guys a summary and a breakdown of what I anticipate happening month by month so that it gives you a clear-cut picture of what you can anticipate. And I think what you'll see here is based upon this timeline, you'll see that it all fits in very, very nicely with each other. And again, this is all just speculation, or the vast majority of this is speculation. But I think what you'll see is this timeline actually fits in very nicely and it works very congruently with each other. Okay, so let's start with this month, September. So what I'm anticipating for September is the possible second wave of Chilling Reign. I think that Battle Styles was possibly moved to October to make way for the second wave of Chilling Reign. Again, like I said at the beginning of the video, Pokemon does not publicly announce when these subsequent waves are going to happen. They just happen. And we as the reseller, the store owners, whomever, you guys just get your shipments, and that's when you know it's on its way and that wave has essentially been released. But with everything that's happening right now, I think that we'll see the possible second wave of Chilling Reign happen in September. All right, let's move on to October now. So for October, we have the first wave of celebrations, the initial release on October 8th. Then we have those subsequent releases of other products that are a part of celebrations releasing on October 22nd and October 30th. And somewhere in there, we have the third wave of battle styles. Now, both of these are rock solid. These are not speculative. Both of these are going to happen in October for battle styles. Again, we just don't know the exact date that that's going to happen, but it will be at some point in October. All right, so moving on into November now. For November, what I'm anticipating is the first wave of Fusion Strike. Well, we already know that one. Rock solid. November 12th, Fusion Strike is going to, barring any terrible unforeseen circumstances, Fusion Strike will drop on November 12th. First wave of products will release at that point. We also have the possible second wave of Evolving Skies. It would actually fit in just perfectly. So what I'm thinking is that Fusion Strike will release at the beginning of November, or I guess it's right around the middle. And Evolving Skies, I doubt that it will release prior to Fusion Strike, so it'll probably be at the end of the month that you'll see that second wave of Evolving Skies happen. Now, moving to December. December's kind of a quiet month, right? It's been really busy thus far. There's a lot of stuff going on. In December, what I'm expecting is the possible third wave of Chilling Reign, the possible third wave and final wave of Chilling Reign. Now, that doesn't mean that we might get reprints at some point in the future. Same thing for Battle Styles. But the third and final wave of Chilling Reign, I am expecting that to happen in December. Now, we have now moved on to 2022. We're starting into the beginning of the year of 2022. For January, what I'm looking at is the possible second wave of celebrations, okay? So January, typically a quiet month for Pokemon. That would be a perfect time to go ahead and release that second wave of celebrations. And again, if we're using that 3-month time frame that we've typically seen, that has been kind of our bread and butter for determining when subsequent waves are going to happen, that would be a perfect time for celebrations to happen, is in January, that second debut of that particular set. All right, now February, moving on into February, what I'm expecting then is the possible second wave of Fusion Strike and the possible third and final wave of Evolving Skies. Now, again, February is typically a quiet month. We usually don't have a set release during that time. Now, 2021 saw the release of Shining Fates, but keep in mind this was a special year because that was released in conjunction with the 25th anniversary. So we typically don't see a release during February. Again, that is typically moved to the next month, which is March. So let's just go ahead and start there. March would actually be a quiet month for everything. We wouldn't see any subsequent waves released during that time, at least using that time frame that we're utilizing in this case. So that would be a perfect time to release a mainline Pokemon set, which is typically when we see that. So again, it fits in perfectly for the month of March. All of the focus on that main set, the first set released of 2022. All right, guys, and we are almost done here. The final 2 months here, now moving on into April. What I'm expecting for April is the possible third and final wave of celebrations. That is the only thing that I'm really expecting during that time. Now, Pokemon could release a variety of different products in any of these months, right? This is really looking pretty far into the future, but thus far, I'm expecting the third and final wave of celebrations. And then finally, for May of 2022, the possible third and final wave of Fusion Strike. That would be the last wave and the last release of products for sets that have been released in 2021. That would be May of 2022. So that is really what I'm expecting at this point, guys. As you can see, there's a lot of unknowns here. There's a lot of unknowns with this wave system and when these products are going to be released, but we do have some data points here, and I think the way that I've broken down the time frame and when we're expecting to see these, I think it does fit in very nicely with each other. It fits in congruently currently. There's not a ton of overlap there, and there's not really one set overriding the other. But the one thing that I have to say is fourth quarter 2021 is going to be very, very jam-packed. So kind of the dry spell that we've gone through thus far, I fully expect that to turn around really starting next month in October, and for there to be a ton of product out there. And it's just a matter of, are you guys, you guys as the Pokemon community, are you guys going to gobble all of that up? I'm sure that you will. You guys are fantastic, especially all of you out there on PokéRealm. No question in my mind that all of these products, all of these subsequent waves, that you guys are thoroughly going to enjoy this. So I hope this video has been helpful to all of you out there. Hopefully it gives you a little bit of a better picture of what to anticipate throughout the rest of this year and early on into next year, and to plan accordingly. Make sure to keep those pocketbooks well managed so that you can jump in on all of these subsequent waves as well as all of these new releases. Other than that, guys, I will see you all next time. My name is PokéNav. I'm here to help you navigate the world of Pokemon one video at a time, and I will see you all in the next video.